Yes, we are now recording.
Have a little prompt, guys, so just continue.
So I think in the very first week that I came on a Friday night to film it, we were right at the beginning of this whole adventure. I think it's been about 7 weeks since I've been at home. We actually focused on the root or the base chakra. If you know anything about chakras, in my easy book, there are 7 that come along the spine. So they start down at the pelvis or even at the tailbone and work our way right up to the crown of the head. So today I'd love to set an intention around coming back to the base chakra. So this is the one that's at the tailbone. If you don't, I have mentioned them a few times, come to think of it, on this filmed class. If you don't know much about chakras, it's fascinating. Just Google and read whatever pops up just to give you a bit more info. So anyway, let's just come and sit, close the eyes, notice the body, and we spent a few moments sitting really well. So we set up to ensure that the pelvis was higher than the knees. And in that position, really notice the tailbone. And if it resonates for you, imagine a sphere of light right at the end of the tailbone. So this energy of the root or base chakra. And this is the one that sits us in stability and groundedness. So today, working with finding a real sense of groundedness in the practice. Just noticing the breath in and out through the nose if you can. And getting a sense of how that even helps us to connect with the earth. All about that sense of groundedness. So start some movement in a moment. So as you feel ready, allow the eyes to gently open. And a really great position for us to come into at the beginning, particularly with a short practice, is for stunts, for cat and cow. Now, I've only got a couple of you that have got your cameras on. I actually love it when you've got your cameras on, because I remember I'm teaching people. So please don't be shy. You really won't appear on the internet. It's really just for me to feel like I'm able to see you. And I think that when I've used Zoom, there's usually 3 or 4 other people that I can see. Usually those wonderful people that have also put their cameras on. If it feels good, I'll put you down dog. And let's notice the feet through this posture. So pedaling through the heels, pressing firmly through the hands and drawing the shoulders onto the back so that you lift high through the pelvis. If that feels good, pushing back down through the hips. If it doesn't feel like it's time yet, we continue to pedal. And together now, let's bend the knees and slowly walk the feet towards the hands, lift the belly, bend your knees lots, and see if you can soften into a forward fold. Neck spongy, so just soften through the back of the neck. And allow the crown of the head to soften towards the floor. And notice the base chakra in this position, so the tailbone. When you bring awareness in this position, you might really notice how that feels physically. Very different sensation. Together, let's roll up through the spine. So we'll think about vertebra. So push into your feet, lift the belly and roll one vertebra all the way up to standing, and then roll the shoulders. Come on up. It's one of my favourite ways to start class. Again, with this sense of groundedness, so connectedness to the earth through the feet. See if you can reach high through the right arm and exhale. Side bend, a little bit or a lot. I like to go a long way. Push down through the feet, and particularly through your left foot. See, try it again. So big breath in, reach and exhale. And one more time. Good. So my feet were a touch wider than the hips. Let's step out a bit wider, but not hugely wide. Yeah. And we're just going to start some arm swings. I think it's best to lift the heel, otherwise there's a lot of stress through the lower back with this one. See if you can raise your arms and noticing through the spine. So depending on the height of your arms, it's going to make a little difference to where you feel sensation through your spine. It's beautiful mobilization here. And allowing movement to become stillness. Just let that sort of stop. Yeah. Beautiful. Let's work through some sun salutations just to warm the body. So I'll give you a side view. I know we've done these quite a bit, so I'm hoping they're starting to be familiar. Push into the feet and extend tall, extended mountain pose. Now bend your knees, lift the belly, and fold forward. So rounded fingertips touch the floor. Hands now to shins, lengthen your spine through flat back extend. Then bend your knees once more, forward fold. Right leg, step back. Now if it only gets kind of back, just help it back a little bit further. We want engagement and strength for our legs here. Right now, I'm up on rounded fingertips, and at this point in the sequence, I always bring my hands down flat. I often cue that. I'll often say hands flat, then slide back, downward facing dog. Get a sense of pressing through heels of hands, and also the mounds at the base of the fingers, and draw your shoulder blades up your back towards the pelvis. We're going to take the first one gently. Breathe in, bring the weight forward, plank pose. And as you need, knees to floor, feet come flat, that's really important. Then bend the knees and lower with control and sweep the elbows past your rib cage. Hands press, roll the shoulders up, back, down, squeeze the butt, lift the heart. Push into the hands, tuck the toes, ready for down dog. Let's give it a try. Everyone, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Press down through your left heel. And we're going to step the right foot through. If it only comes halfway, it's okay. Just grab it, help it all the way through. And let's pop back knee to floor. Take a big breath in, kneeling lunge pose. So it really softens the posture to have your knee on the floor. Rounded fingertips to floor. Lift your back knee, and with the exhalation, back foot in through forward fold. Push through the feet and come all the way up, extended mountain pose. Between each sequence this evening, we're just going to hold mountain pose, Tadasana, for a moment. Close the eyes and feel. Notice what your body is feeling, how you're experiencing the postures. And really get a sense of that connection of feet to floor, the base of this posture. So let's go again. Big, beautiful breath in. Extended mountain pose. Bend the knees, exhale, forward fold. Hands to shins, lengthen spine through flat back extend. Once more, bend the knees, fold. Rounded fingertips, press firmly. Inhale, left leg strongly back through lunge. So your right knee is directly above your ankle. Let's bring the hands flat to floor, start to press and sweep your leg back through down dog. Breathe in to bring the weight forward through plank. And at this point, with every single rep, it's absolutely okay to bring the knees down, feet flat. Always there if you need it. Bend the elbows, lower with control. Start to engage the glutes as you lift and open the heart. Tuck your toes and breathe out to downward facing dog once more. This time, inhale, left leg, three-legged dog. Push down through your right heel. And let's step the left foot through the hands. Help it if it needs. With the exhalation now, back foot in through forward fold. In this posture, just notice the connectedness with the earth. Press through feet and breathe in to come all the way up. Once more, so we're going to close our eyes and feel into our body here. Notice the soles of the feet pressing to the floor. So the root chakra is connected to everything below the tailbone. So legs, feet, that sense of stability and groundedness in our practice and our lives. Let's go again. Big, beautiful breath in. Bend the knees, breathe out as you fold. Breath in and out through the nose in yoga. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen your spine. Bend the knees, exhale, fold forward. Right leg, inhale, step way back. And the eyes lift into your lunge pose. It's a really strong posture. Hands press flat, exhale, down dog. Hips high, heels press. Breathe in, weight forward through plank. Maybe you're filling up the toes. Give it a try. Exhale, bend the elbows. Maybe to halfway. Squeeze the butt as you lift the heart. And tuck toes to down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. And with the exhalation, right foot through punches. Pop it for a few minutes. And let's bring the back foot in now. So breathe out to fold forward. Push through the feet and breathe in. Come all the way up. Extended mountain. Once more, hands to heart center. Close your eyes. Feel. Let's go again. Breathe in. Extended mountain. Breathe out to fold. Hands to shins. Breathe in to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left leg. I forgot something in one of the rounds, so we're gonna add on this round. Hips high, down dog. Breathe in, weight forward through plank. So remember, the knees can go down, and if you do that, you make the feet flat. Bend elbows. Why does she stop and talk in the middle of plank? To make everyone stay there a bit longer. It helps us get stronger. Tuck toes, lift hips. Now remember, I said I forgot something, didn't I? Left leg lifts, three-legged dog. I bet there's at least a couple of you who are wondering, what happened to the kneeling lunge on the other side? Let's bring the left foot through and pop the right knee down to the floor. Lift and open the heart. I could have just set up, that's how it was meant to be. Rounded fingertips to floor, lift your back knee. Let's exhale as we bring back foot in. Once more, Uttanasana, forward fold. Press through feet and breathe in. Come all the way up. Hands down to heart center. This is a little pause, so we're going to go through the flowing sequence quite a few times this evening. If you need to dial it back a little, you can hop into a child's pose. And we'll add on. So breathe in. Extended mountain. Breathe out to fold. Let's go for flat back extend. This is so good for our spine. Bend and soften. Connection through feet. So inhale, right leg strongly back, lunge pose. Notice your feet in this position. Hands press, down dog. Let's just pause here for a moment. Lift your hips high and push down through your heels. Roll your shoulders up towards your hips. Normally we roll our shoulders down, don't we? But we're upside down. Just feel into this beautiful posture, downward facing dog. I'm going to teach you something new. Let's bring knees to floor and sit the hips back. It looks for all the world like child's pose, but if you kind of go like this, you miss it. So we're going to move to striking cobra. I've actually still got my hands that slip back, but they're the same width as down dog. You could watch the first one, push into the hands and see if you can split your chest through, squeeze the butt. So you might get to here, or you might lift a little higher. We call that striking cobra. Let's come back through hips back. So I never call this child's pose. Whenever I teach this, my perception is always that people are down here. Maybe it's just how it looks. So eyes forward and then scoop the heart through. And this round, let's tuck to down dog. We'll come back to that. Together now, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. And let's step right foot through the hands. Bit of action now. Let's bring the left heel down to the floor. Come on up. Warrior two, drop down into the power of your legs, draw your shoulder blades together and reach out for your fingertips. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Use the exhalation, drop a little deeper. As you inhale, notice the energy, the power drawing up through your legs. Reverse warrior. So this actually keeps your legs in the same position as warrior two. We want to keep deep and strong, avoiding that little temptation to lift up out of the posture. Big breath in. With the exhalation, windmill fingertips to floor, lift your back heel and let's step the back foot in for forward fold. Once more. Take a round of breath. And then push into the feet, breathe in. Come all the way up, extended mountain pose. Hands come to heart center. So we're going to go through that again. Take a big breath in. Exhale, fold. Hands to shins, breathe in, lengthen. All about our spine. Breathe out, soften. Left leg now, inhale, big step back through lunge pose, eyes lift, hands press flat, exhale, down dog. Let's linger here a little while. Lift your hips high. Now push your heels down towards the floor. So this beautiful length right up through the back of your legs. Let's try our striking cobra. So knees to floor. I always find to do it well, I've got to do a couple. So maybe will we do 4 of them? I think we will. Okay, press into your hands and see if you can strike the chest through. So you might simply come to baby cobra and then sit back. Just do them at your pace. Hands press. Some forms of yoga do much more of a kind of wiggly line, if that's like a down and an up. Mine is actually fairly linear. But I am leading with the heart chakra. Lift and open the heart. I'm going to try one more. You might have got ahead of me. And on this one, from upward facing dog, let's tuck toes to downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Bring left foot through the hands. Help it through the knees. Right heel lands, press down into your feet. Warrior two. And let's commit to strength in this position. So breathing in and out through the nose. Shoulders connect on the back. Reach out through fingertips. Press down through the feet. And let's reverse the pose. Sun warrior. This feels really good if you can keep your legs deep. From the warrior two. Windmill, rounded fingertips to the floor, lift the back heel, and with the exhalation, back foot in. Take a moment for forward fold, so breathe, soften. Let's press through the feet, come all the way up. Hands to heart center. working with strength in the legs. Last week I actually had a little chat about the VMO. Do you remember that? I'll just come a little closer again like I did last time. It's a muscle that's here. And when this is strong, our knees are much happier. But sometimes we're super tight here. So we also want to stretch the IT band. But for this standing balance work, we're actually going to again connect our minds to our VMO. I've seen people with strong muscles kind of flex it. You can see like a bicep. Mine, I can't demonstrate that, I'm afraid. I wish I could. Let's stand really well. So the feet are apart and you've got the sides of the feet straight. You can achieve that by just kicking the heels out a little. Shift your weight across to your right side, and as you do that, think about drawing your knee towards your little toe, and then let's see if we can right angle the ankle, and if it's possible, reach the arms. If it's too wobbly, bring your hands to your heart centre. Draw your shoulders down and back, reach out through fingertips. This may be enough. Or for more, keep drawing in through the belly and see if you can fold forward. So a real sense of strength and engagement through right leg. Think about your VMO, and even if you're a bit like me and you think, do I have one? Just imagine you've got one. I think we could be very snazzy. We're going to move to a tree pose. So I'm going to curl my upper body up first and really slowly bring my hands together. Get them out of the way. Then bring the left foot to calf. I think it would be ambitious to try and get it high. It can be really beautiful in these sequences to flow from one posture to the next. Release. Good. Shake. So let's now bring the attention to the second side. So even when I'm walking, which I've been doing a lot of, just that sense of pushing the knee towards the little toe and imagining that this muscle is on. Ready? What did we do first? We hooked, didn't we? So this is at a right angle, so the foot is flexed. Take a breath in if you dare. Draw your shoulders down your back, reach out through fingertips. Really push through your left foot and keep that sense of pressing the knee towards the left little toe. Lift the belly and slowly, if you dare, fold forward. That's a maybe. Once you get here, keep the engagement through the left leg and switch back on through your VMO, so that muscle above the knee. So we know we're going to move to a tree pose, right? So there's 3 steps. Let's roll the upper body up first and get really steady. This is challenging. Then bring your hands together and then bring your right foot to your calf, or if you're less wobbly than me, maybe even up on the thigh. Well done. Just let that go. I was doing an online Pilates with this gorgeous kid who is literally 18, and he got us to do this thing, all of these ladies my age, of cross your legs, sit down and come back up again and do it. And, you know, even I couldn't do that very well. So I've sort of got a modification that I thought, this is actually good for us. So let's give it a try. Let's take our right foot, that one, and wrap it around. And the aim is to sit down. Now, if that's too far down, you're in your living room, I hope. Just grab a couple of cushions or sit on the dog or a chair even. So I'm going to give it a go and you'll see what I mean. So down we come. That bit's doable for me. So what young 18-year-old got us to do a stand-up, which was too hard. What I was thinking was if you get this right foot and press firmly and try no hands. Now you'll see my leg went down to help me get up. That's all okay, that's all part of it. Let's try a few, and with each one switch sides, and you'll have a good side and a, oh my gosh, side. I'm not sure which side is which now. So settle for a moment, and then make sure that you're really precise about pushing into this foot. So I'm coming up onto the bottom leg to come up. So just do a couple. If it's not really your thing, just do one and down to the floor, because we're going to open our hips in a moment. This is definitely going better than when I did it the other night. And I had my camera on. I was down on the floor, not really getting up. Okay, this is going to be my last one up. And then I'm going to head down to the floor. Whew. Yay. Beautiful. I think that's good for us, actually. And imagine eventually, I think if you practice that, you would be getting up and down. Or if you were 18, one of those two things. Let's bend this left knee and take the right foot. This has got a bit of choice. It might just like to do some cross legs today. Or as you develop confidence, the foot can come up to the shin here, the calf, and then into modified half lotus. When we get here, it's really important to flex the foot, because this is going to look after our knee. So once more, let's notice the sit bones, the tailbone, close your eyes, thinking chakra, the base chakra, the red one at the tailbone. If it feels good, breathe in, reach the arms high, and exhale to fold forward. So your hands might come to the floor. You don't have to fold too deeply. Maybe it feels good to come way forward. There's probably a sense of tightness and resistance. I like to notice that and actually breathe it in. So there's the tightness. Then exhale, and working with inviting the tightness to soften. Releasing a little through the hips. Let's slide the hands next to the body and press to rise. So perhaps coming up onto rounded fingertips. Take this right leg and extend it. There's a bit of choice here. You could bend the knee and do this, which sometimes feels really good. But if you're quite flexy, drawing through the belly, and the idea is that we actually get the tummy onto the thigh and then lean forward. If there's a big curve or arch through your spine, go with the bent knee. It's a beautiful opportunity to open the hip and the back of the legs, so the hamstring. Hamstrings and hips are very, very connected. So in this position, a real awareness of the Muladhara or root chakra, so that red energy at the tailbone. So this chakra governs our sense of safety and stability, which could be a bit iffy at the moment. We've all probably had change in our lives. Let's release this posture by slowly sliding the hands. Once more pressing to rise, and perhaps conveniently moving towards sleeping swan. So now bend your right knee, just like that. And this one is going to come around. So you might go for two bent knees. This can be a really comfortable position. But you might feel that you can slide this left leg back to straight, and then roll. This is the best bit. This is the bit a lot of people don't quite get. Maybe you can come right down to the ground and soften into swan pose. This is a beautiful hip opener. Just noticing the breath in and out through the nose, softening through the hands. If you're in this posture and you're thinking, wow, this feels so good, you can truly do this for 3, 5, even 10 minutes, perhaps later this evening or over the weekend. Because I've only got a 45-minute class once a week. I'm tending to squeeze lots of postures in. Forgive me. So we're going to do something I actually crave doing the next posture when I'm in this posture. I'm going to open the front of the quadriceps. There's a little bit of switching around, which is always good for our brain. So let's slide the hands back, press to a more seated position, and this bent knee is going to go straight. So scoop that one down there, then take the top leg and bend that one instead. This may well be enough, or some of you know where we're going. Roll around. So it might be your knee is sticking up in the air and you're getting this incredible stretch here. Beautiful. And as you work with this one, shuffle your bottom across, and you might find you can get most of the bent leg down onto the floor. You'll notice perhaps a resistance, so a tightness. And our tendency when we experience that is to hold the breath and kind of go, yeah, what's that? So notice that tendency. I do it as well. And as soon as I feel myself doing that in yoga, I then come into the next breath, actually breathing in with the resistance. So it's all there, not trying to change it. Then with the exhalation, that, what can I let go of? So there's actually a sense of acknowledgement in that first inhalation as you breathe in and sit with the discomfort that's there. Not pain. Something like your knee or your ankle is screaming, undo the posture. So let's prepare to release this one. It's hard to do that gracefully. You might want to bend the straight leg and switch things around. And we're actually going to come back to seated. Try all of that on the other side. So we've got 4 postures, in case you weren't counting. Let's bend the right knee here. And the choice, so perhaps it's cross-legged. Perhaps your foot comes to your shin, or modified half lotus. And when we get up to here, we want to make sure we've got a right angle at the knee, the ankle to look after the knee. Let's just sit for a moment. And once more, come back to the Muladhara chakra, or the root chakra, the red one at the tailbone. These seated postures are great for that connection. Stability. Take a breath in, lift the arms. And if it serves you, breathe out, come forward a little bit or a lot. Let's try the breath technique with the resistance that you may feel in your left hip. Try breathing in and acknowledging, sitting with all of that discomfort. And then the breath out, what can you let go of? What don't you need right now? And just try that with a couple of breaths. Really holding this space for yourself. As you're ready, slide your hands, press to rise, and pick up your left leg. So we'll bend that one. Sleeping Swan is coming. Turn this one around. So the option is to be here. This actually, my body stretches different things, and I use this pose a couple of times a week just to make sure I'm stretching those muscles as well. Slide your leg and roll. So I think a lot of people kind of get to about here. I actually lifting my bottom right up. Do you see? And I've done a huge turn. My knee moved to get to the floor. So that you can really soften and surrender into this pose. So this is a different rotation through your hip. For me, there's comfort and less big stretch. So my breath is easier in this pose than it was in the last. But you might actually be the reverse. So either of those are perfectly okay. So noticing where you're at with that. So this is an external rotation where we turn the knees out away from the hip. And the first seated posture was an internal rotation where the knees are sort of drawing inwards. All right, who's ready to stretch the quadricep? I am. So come on up again so we can think this one through. So the bent knee is going to go straight. Then we lie down. Then the top leg, take hold. So this can be beautiful just here. And then with time, just rolling back, letting this drop. And coming into this very favourite stretch of mine. This really opens up the quadricep. So if you get tight through the front of the legs or tight into the hip flexor, this is a good one for you. So I was teaching a lot of pump before we had this break. And I actually often include this in the stretches at the end of pump for people to lengthen here. So if you've got tight quads or hip flexors, it's a good one. I know what I forgot. I did forget a pose. We'll have to sit up again after this. Dear oh dear, must be Friday. I forgot 2 poses today. As you're ready to release this and you're all wondering which pose did we forget, come around. And we better bend our right knee this time and extend the left leg. Ah, yes. One. I remember now. So to come into this, I like to press into rounded fingertips. And as we do this, we can lengthen right up through crown of head, lift the belly, and take a fold forward. If this feels overwhelming, feel free to bend your left knee so that you can soften a little more deeply into the posture. Just taking some time to breathe. Let's slide the hands. And we're just going to lie out on the floor for a couple of minutes to complete our practice. Shavasana. Separate your feet and have your arms a little distance away from the torso. This is really calming for the central nervous system. Allow your whole body to release into the floor. Notice your spine. So we did a lot of work with lengthening the spine. but we didn't do many twists at all. So just noticing the length in the spine today from tailbone to crown of head. It can be nice to even tuck an imaginary tail under to lengthen the spine and tuck your chin ever so slightly towards the chest to lengthen the neck. Bring the attention to the tailbone. So this energy center, the first chakra, is about connection with the earth. Perhaps a sense of stability and groundedness. So setting any intention around that. If you've worked with the chakras before, you might recall that one idea is to imagine a ball of energy at the spot. So here it's at the edge of the tailbone. And the colour connected to the root chakra is red. So you can just imagine red. And this focus can really be enough to help us to find a little more stability and groundedness. And just setting any intention around that. Breathing with what's there. And when you feel ready, introducing a little bit of movement. So wiggle the toes, perhaps wriggle or scrunch the fingers. Take a big stretch, reach the arms along overhead. Then it might feel really nice to bend one knee and then the other. Draw the knees to chest, squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. And when you feel ready, if you're ready, you don't have to, you're at home. Roll onto one side. And let's take a couple of breaths here. So the shorter class can be a bit deceptive. Normally in my hour-long classes, I would definitely have you in meditation for almost 10 minutes. But in a 45-minute class, it's just really, really short. Press firmly to come on up. Meditation is a really valuable part of our practice. Come and sit cross-legged just like we started, or you might kneel. And let's allow our sit bones to really rest down towards the feet and imagine the red energy at the tailbone, the root chakra. From there, length right up through the vertebra of the spine, right up to the crown of your head. And noticing that sense of groundedness that's offered. Breathe in to lift your hands, press them together, Anjali Mudra. And let's bring the thumbs to the heart center. Take a moment to honour yourself, the time you set aside to practice. And when you feel ready, allow your eyes to open gently. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me again tonight.